community relations aspect of things, it was very important to me because we started our activities committee right away, and that really brings people together.
Yeah, it does.
And so I remember we had that one blizzard in 1983. Maybe you remember we had 24 or 28 inches of snow, and I was living out at Ken Carroll at that time. I didn't have my home here. And I made it into the office, all you little employees pampering around, and they didn't want to come in. And no, I got to the office somehow, and I got, I think it was, who was the first family that moved in here?
The,
Scott?
Scots. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I think I got him with a front end loader. And he and I went around to the different streets. We didn't have that many. But we'd shovel out people that couldn't get out. I mean, there was, well, it was 28 inches. I don't know how I got out. Well, you can if you're a good employee. But so anyway, but we did, that was a real nice thing. But then Jeff Kappas and Beth, they get dressed up in turkey outfits and deliver turkeys, free turkeys to the people. And people love that. And it wasn't that expensive. So we just started building the Broadway entrance. I think we had the curbs pretty well in. And we had that awful windstorm. I don't know, it was 104-mile-an-hour winds sometimes here. And just covered that whole entrance. And I let all the employees, girls too, out as long as they took a shovel and went out and started. You know, it sounds funny when you got all the big equipment you got these days, but we wanted, it's just something in us. They're destroying our entrance. But we tried to do a lot for whatever we could for the community and the rec centers, and you know, the secret to success is to operate things reasonably and honestly. And I think that not me, but the employees did an exceptional job, particularly Mary Putman and all those recreation kids that were there. And it was a pleasure coming down to the rec center and playing racquetball or whatever you do, you know, and it was just, and I wanted to get a swim team like we had in Mission, but it never came about, you know, not the Dories.
We had a swim team.
But you never had the notoriety and the magnificence of it.
My son was on it.
Oh. You were on it?
My son.
But that, I think that my daughters, that was probably one of the best experiences for them that made them the good kids they are. You know, Brian Goodell, you've heard of him. Olympic swimmer, set world records at Montreal Olympics, and they lived right down the street from us, you know, and he'd come up to the house. Mr. T, the girls home? No? Come on in. He'd come in. He'd go to the ice box, get a glass, take some tomato juice, drink it. See ya. He'd go, you know. That's, and it was such a great, if you ask any of those kids back there in California in those first few years, how important the swim team was. It just was a catalyst which brought so many families together, and it was the reason that I'd go to the 7-Eleven store down there and say, where have you been? I'd talking to the residents, yeah, but for 2 hours, you know, it was that kind of community where you loved everybody. And Homer meets and well, you know, we just had a great thing, and churches were very important, and we brought in the first Lutheran church in California, and got the same people to come in and build Christ Lutheran here, and but I don't know, it was just something that happened, and it seemed now in retrospect so easy, but it wasn't easy.